So today we're going to be determining whether or not a number is significant or not for when we're counting significant figures. So we have to ask ourselves a series of questions. The first question we ask is it a zero? If the answer is no, then it's an easy answer. Yes, it is significant. So that's good, that's easy. Now, if it is a zero, that's when it gets a little bit more complicated and we have to ask some more questions. So the next thing we ask is the number after a decimal and after a non-zero number? If the answer is yes, then the number is significant. If the answer is no, then we have to ask one more question. Is it in between two significant numbers? If the answer is yes, then once again, it's significant. If the answer is no, then it is not significant. So let's try this out with a number. 2001. So first we're going to look at the 2. Is it a zero? No, it's not. So that means it must be significant. Now we're going to look at the next zero. The next number, which is a 0. Is it a zero? Yes, it is. Is it after a decimal and after a non-zero number? Nope, there's no decimal. Is it in between two significant numbers? Actually, it is, because it's in between the 2 and the 1, which is also significant. So both of these zeros are significant because they are both in between two significant numbers. Here's another example. So first we're going to look at the first 0. Is it a 0? Yes. Is it after a decimal and after a non-zero number? No. Is it in between two significant numbers? No. So that means it is not significant. Now we'll go to our next number, which also is a 0. Is it after a decimal and after a non-zero number? It's after a decimal, but it's not after a non-zero number, so it is not significant. Is it in between two significant numbers? Nope, it's not. And that's the same thing for the second 0, or the third 0 there too. Next, we know that 2 is significant because it's not a 0. And finally, is that 0 after a decimal and after a non-zero number? Why, yes it is. It's after the 2 and it's after the decimal, so it's significant. So this number will have 2 significant figures, and the number above it has 4 significant figures. But don't forget, all of Miss Subotic's students are significant.